Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of the Brilliantly Dumb Show. Very highly anticipated show here. Mikey, before we check in with you boys, who is that on your shirt? I feel like I should know, and I don't, and I apologize for that.
Greatest goalie ever.
That's actually
Arguably.
pretty sick how you could do this with the shirt. That's actually, I never even fucking realized that until I just did that. That's pretty wild. I never even fucking realized that.
Who's on the shirt?
That's Gianluigi Buffon, the greatest goalkeeper of all time, the World Cup champion of the 2006 Italy national team.
Okay. I'm sure I'll take some shit for that, but I don't feel too
No, you know what, bro? I don't
that.
know if this is, I mean, this is like a silhouette. I think it's like in the style of the There Will Be Blood font from the Daniel Day-Lewis movie. So I don't know if that's
Where
so
do you
easily
get those shirts? Those are cool.
Dude, this company Dirt Pitch makes like soccer t-shirts, and it's really like they make like every player. They're fucking sick.
Dude,
I mean, this is a Breezy Golf. This is a breezygolf.com show though.
Right.
The record. Right. But I mean, like, this is not something that's like the equivalent.
No, not a competitor.
Different wheelhouse completely.
I mean, somebody in Europe might look at Bob's wall and be like, "Who's the guy with all the fucking gold and diamonds?"
That's also true.
Yeah.
Although let me tell you something. That guy 99 man is making his case for Mount Rushmore of Yankees, Mount Rushmore of potentially baseball. That's how good this guy is right now.
Every year the Yankees don't win with this guy is a wasted. People compare it to like the Mike Trout Angels thing, and that's terrible because when people make those comparisons, I get where they're coming from. Like
the difference being the Yankees are competitive though. Like they make the playoffs with Judge. It's not like they haven't made runs, but I mean, like these runs can't keep ending in the ALCS. They have to win a pennant with this guy. He's got to get a shot at a World Series. He's got to at least be in the dance at least once. And it's just a shame because this year, the duo of him and Soto is like one of the best duos I've ever seen in my life. And it's like, where's it going to end? I don't know. I don't know where it's going to end. I don't think there's any great team in baseball right now. I think a lot of these there's no like team where I'm like, oh, they're a shoe-in. I think it's whoever's going to get hot at the right time. Whoever gets hot going in may win the whole thing.
Those Orioles look pesky, Michael. The Orioles look pesky. So do the Guardians.
Orioles have lost to some bad teams.
Bro, by the way, how did the Guardians, how are they good again? Like that came out of nowhere.
Best closer in the league. Class A is the best closer in the league with a bullet. He's the best. Bullpen's there. You know, I think
and they don't even have their best pitcher. No, he's gone for the year with Tommy John Bieber.
Yeah. I did
they lost a ton. The Astros lost a ton of pitchers, but the Astros are still right there hanging around. The Braves lost a ton of guys. They're still, they're still in the mix, but it's just baseball this year. I don't think there's that one team that's just
the Dodgers are always going to be good, Michael.
They always lose though, Joe.
Mikey,
they never do it. They never do it.
Some of these names, Kevin Plawecki, who was a catcher on the Red Sox, who took us to like a Fenway game and everything.
I met him at Breezy, Arizona. I met him at Breezy, Arizona. Plawecki. Remember, he was outside the DraftKings.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say. I thought it was he asked me to do a fantasy draft order for them. Announce the draft order.
Yeah.
It's a lot of MLB guys, but some of the names here, and I was late to it. I didn't see his text, and then I got back to him, and he had already got the draft done. I said, I'll definitely do it. But some of the names here, like Shane Bieber's one of them.
Wow.
Okay. Tim LaCastro.
Wow.
Is another one. Andrew Benintendi, friend of the program.
Wow.
Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto, sure.
Here's a good one. Talk about just a dog, Lance Lynn, who played 50 years with the Cardinals.
Yep. Pitcher, right? Lance Lynn?
Yep.
Yep.
So just a couple good names, but I was late.
I couldn't tell you half of those names.
That's pretty fucking cool, man. That's pretty fucking cool. That's cool.
Those old MLB names of guys who used to play in the league. Now there's some in here that still do, but the old names of old MLB players really get me. I love that stuff.
Me too. Like if like Fred McGriff was in there, or like something like that would be so cool.
Joe Carter, that is.
Yeah. Lenny Dykstra.
He went off the wall.
He's off the reservation. Yeah, he's nuts.
He tried to get into a Twitter beef with me. Somebody like mentioned me in one of his posts, and Lenny Dykstra was like, "Fuck that guy" at Robbie Berger. I was like, Jesus Christ, Lenny.
Oh, that's the same thing like with Canseco. Canseco's another one. Jose Canseco's nuts. He's just a complete psycho.
He's known for his daughter now, no?
Yeah, like But like Bob's right though. He just starts random beefs with people on Twitter. Like he's just like he calls out Aaron
If you're
Judge.
trying to
One
start
day
a
I woke
beef
up
with Bob,
I wake
you
up in the
got
morning one day.
problems.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I
Appreciate
wake up
that,
in the
Joe.
morning one day.
By the way, there's a couple people who've come at Bob lately, which I don't understand for the life of me what he did.
For what?
Bob, you know who the backup quarterback DiNucci came at you too now.
No.
Yeah, he did.
It's
and I don't know why. I don't know if
funny.
he took it out of
Ben
context.
DiNucci from the Cowboys?
No, he's
What?
actually now he's with he's not with the Cowboys anymore. He's
Who's
with
he
the
with now?
I just saw it. He was playing yesterday. Is it with the
Saskatchewan Roughriders?
Very, very, very funny. You got to be careful. No, it was a miss. I'm trying to get his DiNucci.
Did you say something about Ben DiNucci? I can't imagine you would have.
I was on
context.
I was on a stream.
He's a backup for the Bills.
Yeah, I was on a stream and I said, Jet, like name your top 5 Cowboys. And so Jet names like 2 names, and then I say Ben DiNucci, and I get a message from him. Okay. And he messages me and he said, hey Bob, just wanted to let you know to tread carefully. So I DM'd him.
Or what?
Well, so but it goes no, but Mikey, it goes somewhere. It goes somewhere. I messaged him back. I said, bro, I didn't mean anything by it at all. I said it wasn't.
Maybe he was kidding.
Turns out he meant to send me a picture of him on the Cameo leaderboard. But the picture never sent. So it looked like. And I said, oh, Ben, I said, I just mentioned you yesterday. I thought you were upset. He goes, no, I sent you the Cameo thing. So it was a misunderstanding.
What the hell did Bob say?
I was going to say like Ben DiNucci, like what is he? He's going to send La Cosa Nostra after
Imagine he was actually serious telling someone to tread carefully. Whoa. I mean, how do you respond to a DM like that?
I was so shook. I was like, Ben, I didn't.
Texan DMs are such a dangerous game because you really could lose so much gets lost in translation.
Yeah, it does.
Even like you don't know how he said. If that would have
the connotation of how you're saying it.
Forget the picture that was supposed to go with the text. If Ben DiNucci had said that in real life to Bob, he would have said it in a manner in which Bob would have known right away.
Oh yeah.
But in the message, it just sounds like holy
there's
shit,
no interpretation.
Thanks to the fine folks, believe it or not, Joseph D, over at Mint Mobile. We want to shout out with big wireless providers. What you see is never what you get. Somewhere between the store and your first month's bill, the price you thought you were paying magically skyrockets. With Mint Mobile, you'll never have to worry about gotchas ever again. When Mint Mobile says $15 a month, Michael, when you purchase a 3-month plan, they mean it. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/TBDS. That's mintmobile.com/TBDS to get with Mint Mobile today. $40 upfront payment required. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabyte on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. We talked about a little bit on the fantasy draft how he did. I keep going back to the tweet. Probably my favorite tweet of all time. And like what Mikey said is, you got to picture Joe, who's still in Maui, by the way. Joey D has been in Maui.
The best. Are we talking about the earthquake tweet?
I've been here for a week, Bob. It'll be a week on Monday.
Feels like a month, dude. Feels like you have a timeshare at the Four Seasons.
This is the craziest.
It's not been that long. I think it's just because I've been a little off the grid.
No, but I'm going to back you up here, Joe. You are making the time to take care of what you got to take care of.
He did Sportsman, brilliantly done.
6:45 a.m. podcast on my honeymoon.
For sure. I don't think he's off the grid at all. We've been getting an update for every single exotic kumquat that's been eaten over the last 6 days. There's been an update.
Well, that's because
there's been some very good meals.
He is now the poster boy for the Four Seasons. So he's got to hit them with their plug. So that's why you're seeing that too. It's a great collab.
It is a great collab.
But Gutsy said,
they've been very good to me.
This is the best tweet. And Mikey said it better. It's like when you hear this tweet that Gutsy sent out, you have to picture him at the pool at the Four Seasons with like a fruit plate in front of him. And the tweet reads, perhaps it's because I grew up on the West Coast, close to the San Andreas fault line. But I really have to say, out of all the natural disasters, earthquakes definitely scare me the least. And
a lot of people responded that we should do a top 5 natural disasters.
I mean, what are we gonna do after like the typical like 4? What the fuck are we gonna name after that? I don't even know how many natural
like sinkholes.
Yeah. Okay. Earthquakes, tornadoes, typhoons,
fires.
Yeah.
Yo,
flooding.
it does. When you do picture that tweet, I got Bone cooking something up that's real nice, by the way.
Oh, that's a bad job.
I got him cooking. I got him.
You're getting bagged, dog. You'll get tagged, though. You'll get tagged.
I sure hope so.
You'll get tagged.
I need the only thing that I hate with Maui is Cutsy on this 5-hour time difference. He gets up now.
6 hours.
6 hours. It's what time is it at you right now, Joe?
It just turned 7 a.m. I started this. I was up ready to go.
Yo, he'll just text me every morning. He'll just get like text me. He's like, "My view, Bob," and like it'll just be like him looking out to the water for like a week.
It's like paradise, Bob.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Bob would love it.
The other greatest thing, greatest thing that he's posted since he's been there, by far and away, not even close, was the Instagram story after he played around at whatever luxurious golf course that was, and he goes, "If you haven't played golf in Hawaii yet, make sure you put that on your list of things to do." It was like, yeah, but Joe, obviously, I think everyone in the world that's
like playing in the Garden of Eden, Michael.
Yeah, Joe, I know. I would imagine so.
Yeah.
How was the macadamia encrusted?
Oh, it was very good. We had it with a Korean braised short rib that just was so succulent, Michael. It's just, you didn't even need a knife to cut it. It was unbelievable. And it was at a local spot we went to. It was so good. And then I went to Spago too.
Spago's good.
We might have to do Spago in Vegas. I'm just throwing it out there. One of the best meals I've had. Bob,
that's up Bob's alley, Spago.
Oh, they did this Ora King salmon crudo as an appetizer for us with like pickled jalapenos. It was unbelievable. Michael, I did a lobster ceviche. I'm telling you,
dude, Bob, yesterday I tweet out yesterday. Tweet got some good movement. I tweet out yesterday. I go, Cutsy says should absolutely make every effort to attend Hawaii, Delaware State tonight. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Hashtag Aloha Joe. And someone comments, they go, heard they are serving chicken tenders with macadamia nut crust. As one of the
Did you see my reply to that, Michael?
It was, it was on a different island. Otherwise, you would have went. But this guy bet Delaware State plus 40.
Well, because the game started at 6 o'clock at night, Michael.
That's a local time game for
Joe. If you took hold of that Hawaii game, it would be the all-time. If you were on your honeymoon,
it really would have been.
It really on a different island, Bob.
Oh, well, you could get
Had you been on the correct island, would you have made a consideration of going?
It's a content play. It's a content play.
Pure content play, but it would have been unfucking real.
If you see him like pre-gaming at the Four Seasons
with the lay on, with the lay in the stands. Come on, Hawaii!
You guys are sick. I actually took Delaware State plus 40.
Nice play, by the way.
It was a no-brainer.
To cap off Cutsy's Hawaii trip before we get into the wedding, because everyone wants us to talk about the wedding. I'm excited to talk about the wedding. Last text I got from Cutsy yesterday, this was an absolute all-timer. He texted me yesterday. I asked him how the trip was. He goes, I'm tipping these guys like crazy, and they're just showering me in top-tier hospitality.
Yeah, you know what? Great guys out here.
Yeah,
couple guys actually knew who I was. One guy asked for a photo after I had the cabana. They've been unbelievable. They've been just
fun, man.
Oh, Bob, I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying that, this is so up your alley. The golf here is it's so lush. Everything is gorgeous.
Did you play barefoot, Joe?
No,
that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
My dream.
Jim McMahon barefoot's all.
You can play barefoot, Bob. It's beautiful. I mean, you probably could.
Not to sound like a clown, like the ones who say, like, be one with the earth. But if you do go to like a tropical,
big fan of grounding.
Yeah, dude. I did it one time. Played a golf in Nantucket. The weather was gorgeous. It's my favorite place in the world. And you take the shoes off and you play barefoot. Oh, it's just
I
fun.
think you look kind of like a douche if you're playing golf
Probably.
barefooted.
I'm playing in Newark on Friday. Maybe
Oh,
I'll
no,
ground in Newark.
Oh, yeah, no. You ain't going barefoot in
Can you
Newark.
imagine what Dickie
Step on a
Gas would say if
hypodermic
Michael
needle
stepped
on the
on
8th green.
what Dickie
Oh.
Gas would say if you stepped onto the tee box with no shoes on,
I
man,
will
he
say
would
this,
roast
Joe.
you.
I've only stayed at a Four Seasons once in my life, and it was on my honeymoon with Holly. And their service is like they go like they don't make you do anything. Like a normal hotel, you got to go to the concierge and like check in. No, there's no.
No.
They just as soon as you get there, you're checked in, or they bring you right to.
They
your
have
room,
they
you're
have
checked
the app
in.
now.
It's
This
insane.
app is unbelievable. From the app, you can order room service, you can check in, you could book spa appointments, you could do it all, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It is. It's a class above, especially when you work there too, and now you being a guest there, Joe. You notice, I'm sure, a lot of the things that we all had to do and work on, and like it's
Oh
just.
yeah. The funny thing is I made a deal with them. I thought they were gonna reshare all my stories. I don't think they've shared one.
Well, it's not.
Like,
It's not their demographic.
it's like it's not really on par with like how they post their stuff.
No,
So
Joe,
like I don't know how they're gonna
could
go
you
about
imagine, Joe? Could you imagine if Mikey made that deal and they weren't reposting
he'd call, excuse me, could I please speak to corporate
this
head
guy.
office?
This guy's
I've had a couple
breaker,
problems.
man. This guy really
There's
is
been
a
no
ball breaker.
tagging and no bagging.
I'm lucky to get a tag once every financial quarter.
Quite frankly, you know,
that is such a crazy.
But Bob, what I'm actually saying is it's easy for me, but I just don't know if they're like looking at this stuff and being like, we can't possibly reshare some of the things he's posted. I don't know.
I don't think you've shared anything that's not like that's crazy.
I think it's been pretty tame.
But I remember even the Beverly Wilshire, the stuff that the PR people would post, like I would want them to post. Like I'd ask them. I was friends with the PR lady. You remember? I think her name was Laura Breen or something like that. I would ask her. I'd be like, you guys, I did a Four Seasons type rant. You guys should take a look. But they only post like they have such a.
Well, my first post that I did was me at the cabana looking through my fantasy football magazine. And by the way, they made me this, Michael. They made me, it's called a lava flow. It's like a pina colada with like a drop of this strawberry slush. And they put it in this hollowed out pineapple. Oh my!
It's like a Miami Vice.
Joe,
yeah, it's tremendous.
You gotta come home, dude. Like you gotta come home. You gotta get back here.
You make it sound like I've been here for months.
Mikey, does it not feel like he has been in Hawaii for like a month? Dude?
I gotta say, it feels like the wedding was like a decade ago already. It's crazy.
Well, that's just time flies when you're having fun.
I do want to talk about the wedding. Obviously, I curious for your boys' thoughts. I thought it was to have that crew together, and there was so much hype to the wedding of how big it was going to be and everything. I really think it built up to the hype, and it lived up to the hype is what I meant to say. I thought it was a blast to have everybody together. A lot of special moments. I thought it was incredible, and I can't wait till that photographer who was taking videos and all.
There's some good videos coming
out. Oh, man.
The point when we're on the dance floor and where it was like a music video. Bob started it out. What song was it that was even played? Journey, I think.
They had the champagne glass, yeah.
It's the microphone.
He had a champagne glass that he thought was the microphone, and he just started handing it to people. And some people were like, "What do I do?" When he handed it, I was like, "Hey, give it to Mike Berger," and he handed it to his dad. To his dad, he just started going off. That was hysterical. And then
when Mike Berger ran "Sweet Caroline," when he requested "Sweet Caroline" from the DJ, we were screaming the lyrics, bro, like screaming. It was like
everybody gave everything they had. Bob looked like he had just swam the fucking Lake Geneva. He was drenched. Yeah. And then Mikey coming out with
sweatiest guy in Canada by a country mile.
Dude, I was giving it everything I had. I really was.
Mikey coming on the dance floor with the wig. That was hysterical.
And by the way, I got to give credit where credit's due, and we thought that he would be good. Mikey's hosting was
It
absolutely
was great.
unbelievable. I thought, Mikey, honest to God, I thought it was a 10 out of 10. I
I
really
appreciate it.
did. I
I
thought you
appreciate that.
crushed it.
Oh, it was
I
so good.
appreciate that. And, Joe's cousin did all like the legwork logistically with all the, so shout out to Ange for all the writing and all the stuff that she did, like to get everything organized. Cause Lord knows, really, all I did was just show up. I mean, and I told her, I was like, listen, I was like, you could plan anything you want to plan. I'm more of an off the cuff guy. Just give me the order of how things are going to go. And I got to tell you, they changed the order of how things were going constantly throughout the morning of. Like they kept coming up to us, the planners, and be like, oh, this person's going to come out now in front of this one and that. And I thought it went well. I just wanted to go up there and not, do too much. Just get it, keep the ball rolling and keep everybody on schedule. Because there was a lot of stuff going on, man. There were more speeches at that wedding.
Oh
There were a
man.
lot of speeches at that wedding, and that was tough, being able to make sure that the
But
right people
the
were coming up at the
speeches
right
were
time.
all unbelievably good.
Yeah,
Like a
very
lot of
good.
times you have like we had I think 12 speeches or something, which is ridiculous, a lot. But normally you have a lot, you're like, oh, it's gonna be tough. It got to the point where like people were like locked in. It was like entertainment. Like people were enjoying them. I thought it was a tremendous display of just people going up there and being prepared and putting together something really good. Bob's speech was unbelievable. How about Pop?
Poppy
Pop going
was
up there off the
incredible.
cuff
Tick,
and
yeah,
just
Tick
gave a
was really good,
speech
man.
The
that
only
was
thing
on.
that I was kicking myself for mine is in my speech.
Oh,
I meant to say Barstool Sports, talking about the story of me getting the offer for Barstool and staying in LA because of Joe. And I'm saying Bob does sports instead of Barstool. So I was kicking myself for that. Because when you hear the speech, some people had to be confused about what I was talking about. So I was so pissed off about that. And I felt good up there. I mean, like I felt like I had my A
yeah,
stuff. So that's why I was kicking. Because when you hear it, it doesn't make sense.
yeah,
Yeah, I think though that you didn't stop it all and you just kept going. And I don't know if like I knew what you had meant to say, obviously.
yeah.
So I really don't think that anyone not intimately involved with like day-to-day stuff with us like really caught on to it too much, because even I was like, he just went on to the next thing, and I thought everyone's punchlines were good. I thought the jokes were very funny.
Oh, Bob came out of the
The
gate.
delivery was great. I thought Joe's dad with the quantum physics thing was unfucking believable. I
By
thought
the
that
way,
Joe's dad is like one of my favorite people on the face of this guy. What a
he's great.
genuine, heartfelt, good fucking man this guy is. Just a
But
good guy.
then Cutsy coming on at the end and then
Yeah.
like roasting into that of his dad talking about quantum physics.
Yeah.
I thought Cutsy at the end
He did
too
very
crushed it
well.
I
too.
had
Very
nothing
well.
planned. I didn't know what I was gonna say. I didn't have anything written down. All I had was like the people to thank, like a list. And then I just got up there and I just started going off. But Michael, I'm interested to know, like, now that you met my family, you met my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother, like what did you think about like was it different than what you expected? Were they on par like with what you thought? Like I'm interested to know.
No, I thought your parents were like some of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met. I thought they were so your mother was over the top nice, like just such a sweetheart. Your father was like, again, your dad was like, I talked to your dad because what Joe said really got me when Joe was like, when he was speaking to his dad, to be serious for like 1 second. He said something to his dad and he was like, Dad, I just wanted to do something where you would be proud to call yourself my dad. He said something along those lines. And like that line really, as a dad now myself, really hit. And I went up to Joe's dad after Joe made that speech and I said, when your son said that, like being a dad now, that like really got to me. Like it really did. They were
No,
just great people. Your brother's a fucking lunatic. Your brother is a fucking
I've
maniac.
been telling my brother to try to get into like, he's serious into acting and stuff like
He's
that. But I've
great.
told him
He's
like he's
great.
so funny
He
and
is.
such a
He
wild
is.
card. I'm like, dude, if you just started throwing stuff up on your social media, I would reshare it and stuff. But he doesn't really do that. But I think he's almost as crazy as I am in some ways.
He's funny.
He
He's
is.
funny.
You could
He's
see
funny.
the relation too. Also, there was some emotion. I got emotional, which I've never gotten emotional during his speech. Joe did. Um, Tickets was so emotional. So like
Tickets.
we always talked about going into it, this like roast style thing with just there were, but God, it was really emotional. I mean, it really was. We'll play the couple things that I do want to play that people have been asking for. Mikey texted me that he was going to do the Bruce Buffer to intro
That
Joe.
was awesome.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, live from Vancouver Golf Course in Canada. It's time! Introducing, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Nicole Gilmore!
He did the Buffer intro, and while he was doing it, I looked over at my dad, and when he did the "It's time," my dad like from the tail. So you can play that. You can play my speech. Just know when I say Bob does sports, I mean Barstool Sports.
In all seriousness, a great guy, one of Joe's best friends, of course, co-best man, Illuminati of the internet, Robbie Berger.
I didn't have this in the speech tonight, but during one of the 5 intermissions tonight, an older gentleman from table 22, I made the mistake of taking my suit off. He thought I was a server and he demanded more Chardonnay. So I just want to make sure that he did get his Chardonnay. Perfect. As many of you know, I am from the show, one of the co-hosts of Bob Does Sports, but the circus that is Bob Does Sports, it didn't start there. Me and Joe actually met at the Four Seasons, and we became best friends right out of the gate. And when Joe asked me to speak tonight, I was so honored until I found out that there would be 75 other people speaking here tonight. Does anybody from banquets want to come up and say a few words? Does the chef want to come and say a few words about them here tonight? Anybody? And again, you Joe, we really did. We became best friends. And I remember at the Four Seasons, I told my dad after a couple times hanging out with Joe, and I said, Dad, you gotta see this guy. It's one of the funniest people I've ever met. And nowadays, he's a bull in a china shop. He's got one speed, and it's just go, go, go. And you fast forward 5 years later, when I first met Nicole, and I said to Nicole, I gotta ask you, the first date with Joe, what was that like? It's just classic Joe. She said, well, Robbie, I hadn't seen him in years, and I opened the door, and he just kissed me. He just started making out with me. I said to Joe, what are you doing? You talked to her since high school. He said, Bob, I hadn't seen her in so many years. And I was baffled by it. That's Joe. And working at the Four Seasons, me and Joe, I never came so close with somebody so fast. And we would play ping pong together in the employee lounge at the Four Seasons. And eventually, when I had an office that connected to the kitchen and the restaurant that Joe worked at, every single night me and Joe worked together. He would order something from the restaurant, and he would come and he would bring it in. It was like a tunnel that brought it into my office. So it was perfect. And he always knew that my goal was to do content for a company called Bob Does Sports. And there was a day where the CEO messaged me and asked me to come work for Bob Does Sports. It meant that I had to move to New York. And I remember seeing it on my phone and being so ecstatic and ready to go. And it was like just the quickest moment of it all hit me that taking a job would be leaving Joe. And it was the saddest moment, and not many people know this, but then right at that moment, Joe comes barreling through the office, and he's got a tomahawk steak. And he said, look at the size of this steak. And it made me realize, like, I can't leave this guy. I don't know where it leads to, but I can't leave this guy. And it always sounds funny because we would have these manager meetings at the Four Seasons, and they would try and wonder how they could bring more profit to the Four Seasons. And me and Joe from the restaurant, we'd look at each other and we would laugh because we knew as long as that tunnel connected to my office with the dinners we had, they were never going to make a profit. It was just never going to happen. But I know Joe knew how much the decision, how big it was for me to stay there and stay at the Four Seasons. And he would show up every day. He would leave the hotel at 2 in the morning, and then we would start filming at 6 and 7 in the morning. I couldn't believe how he was able to do it. He would keep doing it and showing up, and we would keep pushing, and there wasn't much coming from it. And I remember we were in the car with our producer when we went to drop him off one of these days, and we were so tired, and we're watching him in this suit with his golf bag. The only person to run into a Wolfgang Puck restaurant with a golf bag. And I said to our producer, I said, this guy's unbelievable. And Jed, our producer, turned to me and goes, yeah, and he's out of his fucking mind. And as he said that, he went into the restaurant, a busboy comes out, and Joe turns, and this busboy gets hit in the face with a 7-iron, and you see him go in. And we were just, I was blown away by that. To watch him go from Joey Cold Cuts at one point, which was the most ridiculous thing of all time, but to Joseph DeMar at the restaurant. He busted his ass all the time. And I'll tell you what, some people deserve good things in life, and I really do believe that, but I watched all the things that have happened to Joe, how happy he was when he met Nicole, how happy he is here tonight, his hole-in-one, and then some people really do deserve good things. And it means the world to me to see how happy he is, and I love you to death. I've run through a brick wall for you, and I'm so happy for you guys tonight. You're a 1 billion, you're a bull in the charity shop, and I love you, pal, and I'm happy to celebrate. I can't wait to get this thing going, so thanks.
Yeah, I mean, just amazing stuff. You know, the thing is too, where I got emotional with Joe is like, when I looked over at Joe, you know, we'll bust Joe's balls a lot and stuff of like, you know, the life that he lives now and like, or the vacation shit like that. People really didn't see how much of a dog this guy still is till this day. But when we started, before even Bob Does Sports, the shit that he was doing between leaving at like, literally, that's not an exaggeration. He'd leave at 2 and be up at 6 and 7 in the morning every day and never complained, never like, so that was much, but people don't see, you know, a lot of that stuff that really, really hit me.
I thought that it was a night of like genuine, heartfelt, real conversation and emotion from the entire group, which was, it was great. It was really good.
Ticket speech was amazing. I think for me, what was really cool is to like have you guys see like the other side of like, you know, the world where I grew up in, was because it really is, it's a different world, like, you know, and having like you guys connect with my friends back home and my family, and like seeing, you know, even like hearing like my brother's speech or my sister's, like, and hearing things about me, like before, it seems like a different, like, you know, it seems like it's tough to comprehend life before me and Bob knew one another, but there was a whole different life that I had. And so seeing everybody have so much fun and connect and intertwine, it was really, really special to me. And like Bob said, I got I normally hold myself pretty good with my emotions. There are a couple times during my speech where it was very, very tough for me to keep it together, and I did, thankfully, but it just was a special night overall. I think it was just amazing. It was so fun. I had all the people that I wanted to be there in attendance, and like it was awesome. And seeing Jet, I've never seen Jet have so much fun and be so happy. I mean, dude, this guy was absolutely on one. And when we played Hava Nagila, the Jewish song at the end of the night, which, my family, there's no Jewish correlation at all, but we somehow made it into a Jewish wedding. We were getting hoisted up on chairs.
I thought about that after I was talking to that about Jet. Jet said to me, he's like, you don't realize, he's like, Bob, that was such a cat. I ran over to I was telling everybody we have to play Hava Nagila. And then Jet said to me, he's like, dude, that was like a very Catholic wedding. Where like, don't just, he's like, Bob, in the future, you can't just request.
I went and told the DJ to play it too. We don't like, it's not like that, like where we would impose anything on anyone. We're just having a fun time. And I mean, my God, everybody went nuts. I thought I was going to die getting hoisted up there. At one point, Mikey looked at me, he's like, Joe, you are like legitimately, you're like a shit brick house. Or I don't know. Are you? No. He said unit. He's like, you're a unit. I'm like, I know, Mike. He's like, no. He's like, you're a unit.
Yeah,
I was hoisting him with that other guy. I forget the other guy's name. Warren.
Oh, you had some body.
Warren came up to me in like the first 5 minutes of being at that reception. He comes up to me. I never met the guy before. He walks up to me.
He's a legend, man.
He goes, "You're a large man." I go, yeah, bro. I go, but that's all right. You get the pass on that because you're also a fellow large human being.
He's
a big boy. He's a big boy.
Look, if I'm on that chair and I see Mikey V and then I see that Warren on each peg, I'm transferring my weight to those two pegs just to ensure
that's right.
that I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, Kiki was trying to help out on the other side. I'm like, Christina, you're gonna get absolutely trampled over there.
I actually I threw up mid-wedding. I did the classic boot and rally because Joe's sister was firing out so much shots.
Maria.
It was amazing. She just kept bringing. And prior to that, I had rum shots, I had champagne, I had wine, I had beer.
Mixing's the devil, dude.
I had that tequila seltzer, I had the tequila shots to where finally I stepped aside after the dance. I said, I have to boot and rally. Yeah. So I pulled trigger and then came back out and kept going.
Who would you say, Bob, if you had to list like 3 people who are potential like MVPs of the night, who would you? I think your cousin Say was unbelievable.
He brings
Showtime was on another.
Showtime
planet.
Was unreal, bro. This guy,
Showtime's got to be right in the mix. My dad even said to me, he goes, man. My dad said to me, he's like, first off, he's like, what a crew you guys have. Everybody's such a nice, like close knit crew. He said, you guys are just amazing. But he said everybody brought it, and he goes, I tell you, this Featherston is.
I even said to Bob after the wedding, I go, yo, Featherston in person is just so much better than online Featherston. Yeah, and that's not a knock on Featherston at all. It's just that this guy is just a total fucking maniac in real life. Like, he's just crazy.
They started playing the Grease like song, I had the time of my life, and he just goes and starts waltzing with my sister like he's in the dirty dancing.
Did he really?
Like,
yeah, he did. He did. I have a video.
Oh, it was his. I was dying.
I have a video of Perez and Ferg dancing to Dirty Dancing. I had the time of my life, and Perez's shirt is like half unbuttoned.
Oh, he has the boat.
And I went up to Perez after him, and I said to him, you must really need some new drivers and irons, don't you? The way he was dancing with Ferg. I was dying. Ferg, for those who don't, is the Callaway rep for the guys. So it was just so funny.
Oh my God. I had a video too of him. Like, it was during the middle of the wedding, and I barely took any videos.
The chicken fingers video.
That's exactly
fucking believable.
So that's what I saw. I saw
unreal.
Like, during the wedding, I was just looking down, and he just picks up a French fry, and he's the only guy in the whole bill. Here it is. You ready for this? Look at this.
Yeah, that's just dude. By the way, that's a beautiful plate of chicken fingers.
It is. That's a
nice looking plate.
That's a great video.
Table, and he's just putting down an adult-sized portion of chicken fingers. But everybody had fun. Like, every single person that I talked to said that they had a blast. Nicole said it was the best night of her life. It was
That's
really
all that
special.
matters. That's all that matters.
Also, too, like if I was the same way with my sister's wedding, like, and all of our guys rad, like if you have somebody who it's their wedding and you're very, very close to them, I always want to make damn sure that that people are out on the dance floor, because like nobody wants that wedding where like nobody really danced and it wasn't that much fun. Like you almost feel the need to make sure that everybody has fun and is dancing. And
Yeah.
it was when that photographer busts out those videos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well, Nicole
she-
started it off. She did that funny dance with her dad. I don't know if you guys were there.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very
They broke
funny.
it down.
Yeah.
So everybody immediately went to the dance floor and were getting after it so much that it was like midway through the night, everybody needed to take a break. So everyone went outside, cooled off, like had a drink. And I looked, the dance floor was empty. And then it came back. And at the end of the night, it was like, oh my God, it was unbelievable. Everybody was just, and then what was the last song of the night? Free Bird.
Yeah, free bird. Yeah.
I don't know
That's
how
a
that
video
happened.
I don't ever want to see again in my life.
Oh, man.
Because at that point, everyone was really like, it was
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very bad.
It was time to
God.
go.
It was bad.
Yeah. That you're right though. Those videos when Freebird's on, that I could do without seeing.
Yeah, because we didn't like everyone standing in like arm in arm singing Freebird, but like 90% of everyone only knew 1% of the actual lyrics of the
Yeah,
song.
that'll be a
It's
tough
just like,
video.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're
Tough
right.
watch.
I have no
Tough watch.
desire to see that.
No,
And like you're
no.
waiting for the song,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
And it
yes,
just
yes,
I can do
yes.
without that.
Sweet
Um,
Caroline, on the other hand, is
Sweet Caroline.
that's something you
Yeah.
want to see.
Oh man, dude, just truly, Joe, unbelievable. It
What do you
really,
guys think of
really-
the food, the venue, like the like? Did you guys enjoy it?
To be honest, I didn't get to eat that much because I was getting ready for my speech the whole time, and like it's hard to like really let loose until you just
Yeah.
get your speech over. So it was what I had was good, but I didn't eat that much before and stuff, and that's why I got drunk so fast because I was just.
I looked
gearing up
every
for
time I
that.
looked next to me. I was Barzal and Bob just looking through cue cards. It was like
A
Yeah,
lot of
I was like,
preparation, dude. A lot of
I didn't want.
preparation.
Yeah.
No, I know. I didn't want them to feel.
I'm
like
gonna tell you
pressure.
this. I went up to before the wedding when we were on the Uber ride to the reception after church. I went down to the front desk of the hotel we were staying at, and I asked them for like those like hard cardstock cards because I wanted to start writing prompts on the. And I mean, there is preparation involved. I was watching buffer videos on the way over to get get the
That's
cadence
great.
right.
You did
and
a really
everything.
good job,
Yeah,
Michael.
you got it. You got to do that.
It's time. That just, like raised both of his fists in the air. It was unbelievable. I
That
thought
was
it was
fun, man. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
really
fun.
That
was.
was special
there-
night.
There's the wedding cap speech on there, Mikey V with the buffer that a lot of people have been asking for. All right, without further ado, we of course have at the end another top 5 coming, but before all of that, buy or sell segment of the show. What did you see that you liked? What did you see that you did not like? Let's start with Joseph D.
I'm gonna sell Hawaiian time, man. I gotta tell you, Michael, you laugh now. It's tough.
Bob was laughing. What the fuck? Bob was laughing.
6 hours behind what is now
Yeah.
the standard of Eastern Standard Time. I am an advocate for Pacific Standard Time. Like I
Sure.
like 3 hours behind Eastern because you want to watch a game. You don't have to be up till midnight to do it. Like I like that. Hawaiian time. I don't even know what the proper. Like, I don't know what it's listed at. It's not Pacific. I don't even know if it's island time or what you would call it.
It's GMT, I believe.
Yeah, whatever that is.
I think
It's
that's
just,
Grand Mariner time. I could be totally wrong about that.
it's
Yo,
just too much, man. It's just too much. It's like, even like, I'll be honest, posting different things of stories and stuff. Like I'm posting stuff about like a recap of my golf round, and it's like 11, 12 o'clock at night for people on the East Coast. Like no one's watching that. It's very difficult to navigate through the social media side of things, but it's not even that. It's just like you feel so far removed from the rest of society. And maybe that's why they do it, because they operate on their terms, and they do things a little slower and a little more relaxed. And that's great for them. But as a normal guy going in there, it's a tough thing to fucking adhere to. And I don't know. I'm gonna sell it.
The time thing, Joseph, would bother me as far as posting. I laughed at first, but then when I think about it, that actually would fuck with me.
Bob, I mean, you guys are messaging me. You're at noon, and like it was like 11 o'clock your time. It was 5 in the morning. I luckily set my alarm early because I had a feeling that we were going to do an earlier pod. And you know, I was up at 6:15 in the morning so that I could do like it's a lot. People are like, oh, Cutsy's just going on one. It's not. It's a difficult thing. It's the same thing as if you live in Europe. It's essentially the same thing. You have a 5-hour different time difference from the East Coast. It's a lot. It makes things difficult to manage.
Yeah, Mikey, the more I think about it, you're so right. If Joe did that, if he went to the Hawaii game on his honeymoon, that will go down.
I couldn't have. It was on. That's
no,
on
I know.
Waikiki.
It'd be such a great play though if he's in the stands with Nicole with the necklace on,
with her just miserable there because she got dragged to a Hawaii Delaware State game.
What do they call the Rainbow Warriors?
Rainbow Warriors.
Oh, they're just like screaming at players.
Timmy Chang, bro, he's the head coach now.
Oh God, it'd be unbelievable.
Hawaii legend.
It didn't look so hot yesterday.
I'll go ahead if you don't mind, Michael. I will go ahead and take something that I've been doing recently that I never used to do because like when I go to a restaurant, I'll always end up just like ordering what I like Negroni, espresso martini, like I have it pre-planned. Something I've been dabbling on that I want to buy. I want to buy cocktail menus. Now I really go to the cocktail menus and see what they've designed and what they crafted. And I've noticed when I order something off the cocktail menu, 9 times out of 10, I love what comes out and they're different and it mixes it up. So I've just been dabbling a lot into the cocktail menus.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that play because sometimes, you know, they have these, I like when they do like these spicy varieties of like margaritas or like, what's that other drink? Mojitos, like a spicy mojito.
Yeah.
Like they do like a jalapeno or they'll do like something like that, which you would never think to order something like that. So sometimes it does strike a chord, but a lot of times I do feel like sometimes the cocktail menus are a little fluffed and they're more geared towards the female demographic. Like it's like
sweet
fruity drinks and things of that nature. But
if it's a good cocktail menu, it should have a variety. It should have like some versatility. So like you have like your sweet drinks, but then you'll have more traditional takes on like old fashions or different things like that that could cater more to a male demographic as well. Because you got to make sure that you have something for everybody. I agree. I think, Bob, it's smart though to always go in to a dinner where you have like under your arsenal, like 2 or 3 different cocktails that you know that are going to get you by. Whether it's an old fashioned, it's a margarita, it's like for me an espresso martini or a bourbon sour. You have those on deck because there are times where you'll go in and you'll look at the cocktail menu and you're just like, this just isn't for me. I don't see anything that resonates with me. And then you got Old Faithful that you can follow up on. And then you got 1 or 2 drinks that you know are going to hit. For me, it's kind of changes. I used to always, I got to get back. The martini play is one that I used to do a lot. I haven't done it at all lately. But yeah, Michael, I know you like this too with the martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. A dirty martini always goes hard. But I think if you have a couple different select drinks that you know, if the cocktail menu isn't for you, that you can fall back on, then you can really have fun with it.
I always forget about the espresso martini. To be honest, I always forget about it.
And then the Carajillo is even better.
Then when someone orders it, I'm like, all right, good. That reminded me to order it, like at the beginning of a dinner. I always do like to start off, like, because I don't think it's an exclusive dessert martini play. I think it is.
I agree. I prefer a pre-dinner because honestly, even when I have a pre-dinner, it's hard for me to sleep that night. I couldn't imagine taking it post-dinner and then trying to sleep. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Well, pre-dinner kind of gets you kind of ready to go for the dinner. Kind of wakes you up and it gets your senses heightened and. I think that's one of the drinks the most. If you order it in a group setting, people will actually go back and change what they had and be like, you know what, I'll take
more than any other
than any other cocktail.
Yeah, I totally agree. You go with like 6 people, one person orders espresso martini, there's going to be one more person.
They must hate it, and they hate that, I'm sure. They must hate that. They have to hate that.
Making that drink has to be a pain in the ass.
That's what I'm saying. They have to hate it. They have to hate it.
Interesting. Yeah, I something that really kept me up that I had the other night. It was such a I have, of course, our fantasy league, which is the biggest one, like the number one to me. And then I always like doing a second fantasy football league. My buddy from college asked me to go into theirs, and I love him, so like I really wanted to do it. But I go in, and they have a fantasy group chat that doesn't stop, and it's in
Yeah.
WhatsApp,
No.
which really bothers me, and it doesn't stop. And in order for me to be initiated, I had to chug a Smirnoff Ice,
Oh,
and it's just like I didn't need it. I just wanted to just play
you got a
fantasy
good
football.
team?
Haven't even drafted yet. I had to go do this, and then I did it before. Like when I got home from dinner, I chugged the Smirnoff Ice. I couldn't sleep, and I think it was directly correlated to the Smirnoff Ice. I think because of the sugar, I didn't sleep all night. But finally, one drink that I don't mind taking is with the fine folks over at Athletic Greens. You're trying to improve your health. Do it the right way by taking AG1. It's one of the most trusted supplements and drinks out there doing it right now. 97% of people in a research study felt more energy after 30 days of drinking AG1. AG1 contains ingredients that support sustained energy so you can be the best version of yourself each and every day. You cannot go wrong. If there's one product that we trust on the Brilliantly Dumb Show for our whole body health, it's AG1, and that's why we've partnered with them for so long. You see me drinking it on the show a lot. If you see green stuff in my hands, that's what I'm drinking. Starting your journey with AG1 is a win. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/dumb. That's drinkag1.com/dumb. Give it a try today, and we head over to you, Mikey V. Buy or sell.
Well, we're talking about espresso martinis. My sell this week is coffee related. I'm going to sell lukewarm coffee, warm coffee, semi-hot coffee. This is an epidemic, and it's going around. I've been talking to a lot of people with the same complaint. These big chain places, unless you're ordering your coffee black, and even then, it's not reliable. The coffee being served by these chain places is not coming out to the optimal hot temperature that it needs to be. Maybe it's just me. I like my coffee like lava hot. I know that's a little bit much.
Doesn't it burn your mouth?
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
No, it doesn't. And
Anybody who asks for
I know
coffee
why.
extra
I'm going to
hot
know
has to
why.
wait for
I
it
know
to
why
cool
this is an
down
epidemic. I know
to
why it's an
sip it.
epidemic. These companies are living in fear of the lawsuit. I guarantee that the amount of litigation that these coffee companies have had to go through over these idiots who spill the coffee on themselves, and then they want to sue the coffee company because the coffee burnt them because it was too
Well, the
hot.
one lady was successful.
Yeah, I know. And she ruined it for everybody else. She ruined it for everybody else because I think these coffee places are backing off on the temperature in fear of getting sued. And it's not good. The coffee's being served lukewarm. May as well get an iced coffee at that point. These places need to look long and hard at the temperature at which they're serving the coffee. Varieties of flavors have never been better. Varieties of different coffee types have never been better. We're living on Mars in terms of coffee advancement for flavor, but we're still in the Stone Ages when it comes to temperature, and that's not acceptable. We need to raise the temperature of coffee, hot coffee, to the level where it should be. It should be as hot as you can make it. It should be very, very hot, not boiling,
Michael,
but it
when
should be
it's
very,
that
very hot.
I don't know for me. Okay, maybe my palate is different than yours.
It is. It's got to be.
If I get coffee that hot, I can't sip it for the first 5 minutes.
Let the
'cause it
5
will
minutes
burn
run. Would you?
my
Let me
mouth.
ask you this question: would you rather wait 5 minutes, or would you rather get a coffee and you sip it and you say, "Wow, I gotta nuke this coffee. I gotta go home and microwave this
At
coffee." It's not
Panera,
hot
when
enough.
I go to Panera, the coffee's so hot I got to put 2 sleeves
Oh,
on the
good for
cup
Panera.
just
Good for
to
Panera.
hold it, to not burn my hands while I'm holding the cup.
I don't want to throw any companies under the bus, but I spoke about this with my dad this morning.
Starbucks
Coffee's
is
just
what
not
he's
hot enough.
using.
And my dad doesn't use cream or milk. So he's getting sugar black coffee with sugar. And he says the coffee's not hot enough. That's a problem because there's no milk excuse or cream excuse to say that it lowered the temp.
I
Coffee's not hot
have
enough.
heard of this lawsuit that people have had. But so you think the companies are saying to the employees, like, because they can only control so much from the top. You think
That's
they're
right.
saying to them, don't heat it up too much?
I think that whatever devices they're using or whatever they're storing, because obviously they're not making cup for everyone's coffee. Some of these places,
No.
I think some of these urns, these storage units that they're storing the brewed coffee in, I think they're not optimal temperature. I think they're designed now to be hot, but not real hot, to be warm, but not very hot. And I think it's a problem, man. I really do. I long for a real hot cup of coffee. I love a really hot. Every coffee I buy now, when I'm on my way to work, I got to microwave it for a minute when I get to work. And that's not because I let it sit. It's because it's not warm enough right out of the gate.
Joey D has his hand up. Go ahead, Joseph.
You just got to ask for it to be extra hot, Michael.
When it's in a stored unit, what are they going to do for
Well,
it? When
that-
it's in
that
an
to
urn,
me-
what are they going to do?
They have to. No.
What are
When
they
you
going to
ask-
do?
Michael, when you ask for extra hot, they might make you wait for an extra minute or two, but they
Right.
would give you just try this, because I
Okay.
know you're not. When you go to a coffee place, you ask for
Mm-hmm.
an extra hot. I guarantee you it will come out hot.
But suppose you go to one of these places, like I don't know how Tim Hortons is, but suppose you go to like a 7-Eleven, a Wawa, one of these places where the flavors are in the big urns and it's a self-serve. You grab the cup, you pour it yourself.
Self-serve. I mean, what are we talking about? I'm talking about if you go to order an actual coffee.
Well, Joe, I'm
Go
talking
order-
about what the majority of working America does every single
Most
day.
people go to Starbucks.
I mean, maybe some. I'm not a Starbucks guy. I'm
You
just
talking
not.
about Wawa coffee.
Yeah, Wawa's good coffee. It's just not hot enough.
But the only thing
Problem.
with the extra hot, Joe, to me, it kind of reminds me of like what you said, like with McDonald's.
The extra hot fries.
Yeah, like the fries are already there. You know what I mean? Like I
They
don't
have to make a fresh
stand-
batch, Bob.
Yeah, they have to make that's his loophole with McDonald's. Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
fuck McDonald's. Respect.
Whoa!
Girl,
You don't have to say fuck them.
Well,
I'm just
only
you
one
know,
girl in my life, dog.
Well,
I
yeah,
understand that, but that doesn't
Just
say
saying.
fuck the
This
rest
is
of the world.
Respectfully.
Right. Wow. I didn't see that coming to make
Holy shit,
Whoa.
Michael's out for blood. I don't
Hey.
think you want to get into it with the Archers, man. They got some characters over there that'll come
Yeah,
for
Ben DiNucci's gonna send me a DM. Tread
Nah,
lightly.
yo,
Tread
by the
lightly
way,
about my
I
Mickey
hope-
D's, dog.
I hope Danucci doesn't get a bad name for this. It was an
No,
honest.
he's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah,
Ben.
good
He's a
dude.
good guy.
Dude.
I said to
Friend
Bob
of the
when he s-
program.
I
Friend of the
said to
program.
Bob when he said tread lightly, it's like you need me to come in and go at him.
did
Bob's
say
like,
What were you gonna do, Joe?
Right, like, I
You're
was gonna
muscle
tap
Ben
him in.
DiNucci. Yeah.
But by the way, I don't
I
want
would.
the
Yeah, it upset
Danucci
me
slander.
too, Joe. It did.
If
The-
someone comes at Bob, respectfully, I would go for their throat. Like, you got to stick up for the people in your corner.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want any Danucci slander because as it turned out, it was a complete misunderstanding. And then I saw the cameo leaderboard too. It was love. It was like a funny, thing. So I just want to make sure that Danucci's
He's
name
safe.
is-
He's safe right
He's
now.
100%
Safe.
safe. But I did get the text. I was like, yo, fuck this guy. Like I wasn't saying anything bad. you know? All right, fellas, very, very nice recap there. And then that's going to take us into the last part of the show. We're going to head on over into our top 5. Another top 5 coming in hot. Here we go. Boys and girls, this is our top 5 segment brought to you by the fine folks over at Wendy's. Wendy's has the new Saucy Nuggs. They're the nugs you love, covered in sauce with 7 flavors to choose from. Get to your local Wendy's and try the new Saucy Nuggs now. I won the last week. I'm going to pick to go third this week.
Wow.
Mikey V, what pick do you want?
If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna take one. I have to.
He's
So
going
I'll
to take
take
one.
one.
And Joey D, what do you got?
No, he's got to take 2.
I mean, I
Oh,
got no choice.
by the
I got to
way-
go to.
Oh yeah, what we didn't even say what it is. It's going to be top 5 places to enjoy a beer. A certain location. Where is that location? Top 5 places and times to
Or
to
things,
enjoy.
right. Moments for a beer.
Yes, committee will step in if need be.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right, Mikey.
my number 1 beer is going to be the Friday happy hour beer, the first beer of happy hour at the end of the work week, the Friday happy hour beer. That's my number 1 beer.
Is that at a restaurant?
What?
Is that in a restaurant?
No, it's when people work Monday through Friday and the first beer that they have at happy hour on Friday. That's
So it's in a restaurant or a bar.
Well, sure. Yeah. Happy
Because-
hour.
no, because-
Happy hour is usually
No,
out.
but
Yes,
he
yes,
can't.
Yes.
No,
No,
yes, yes.
because there's specific places like sports pub or brewery or things like that. So I feel like
No, yeah.
No,
Any place that you go after
happy
Friday
hour-
at work, the guys all get together.
Yeah.
They go out for happy hour. That first
All right.
beer at the end of the week on Friday.
Joe, on
Friday happy
his
hour.
graphic, it'll be happy hour beer.
okay. So
Friday,
it keeps the other
Friday, happy hour.
Friday.
I want it specified.
All right.
Okay. Thank
Friday,
you.
happy
Thank you.
hour.
Thank you.
What a
Thank you.
fucking.
I'm going beers on the golf course. I think there's no better
Good.
place than to have a beer
it's
on the
good. It's good,
golf
D-man.
course. Beer is good.
So we're gonna
Just
put
get-
golf beer. Golf beer
Yeah.
is right. Yep.
Golf
yeah,
beer.
golf course.
Yes,
golf
yes,
course.
yes, yes.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Give me NFL Week 1 beer. Okay. First beer of the NFL season.
Okay.
And then give me the airport beer back the other way.
Very popular beer, the airport beer.
Popular beer.
This me now.
It is. It is, Joe. It is.
I'll go like a stadium or sporting event beer. Like
Okay.
so either a ball game or you're
Yeah.
at, you're at a sporting event. You have a beer while you're watching the game.
It's good. It's a good pick.
All right. Give me the lawn mowing beer. Give me the lawn mowing beer, post lawn mow beer, and then give me the barbecue beer. Standing in
Another
front
good
of that
beer.
barbecue. Give me the grilling beer.
2 good beers.
I'll go with the backyard barbecue one. That's a good one. I will go with
Now, to clarify, that's when you're cooking at the grill, not like you go to somebody's house for a barbecue and you have a beer. I'm talking about you're manning the grill, that beer. That
Totally
good beer.
Totally
it's good
clear
beer.
my beer.
Okay. I want to make it clear.
I'll go with boat beers. Like you're on the boat, you're
I
crushing
like
some
that.
beers
Yes. yes.
on the
Good
boat.
beer. It's good
Yeah,
beer.
that goes down real smooth, man.
Now, is that a fishing beer or is that just on a boat, period?
Oh, it could be either. You're on the
Okay.
boat. You're on the
Yeah,
boat.
you-
Either you're going for
Okay.
a
It
ride
takes-
or you're.
I'm just like the Saucy Nuggs. He's got a
That-
monopoly.
that takes
I'm on the
everything on the
boat now,
water
baby.
now. Yeah,
He's
I'm
on the
boat.
boat. It
he's
takes
got
out
the
water.
he's got the aquatic monopoly. on
Unless
that
you
one.
want a kayak beer.
No,
That's
no.
a great line,
Um,
Michael. The aquatic monopoly.
Okay.
Very good line there.
Thank you.
Underrated. You didn't get the just deserved recognition for that line.
Joe.
Sounds like a shot at me.
It was. We got
Okay.
it.
All right. I want the first day of vacation beer.
Great beer.
It's a really good beer. So the first day of vacation beer. And then for 4, I want the Thanksgiving beer. First beer on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Joe don't
Yo,
like- Joe don't
what
like
a
that one.
fucking
Joe
prick
don't like
this
that
guy.
one.
What an absolute prick.
Now
this
I
guy.
have one. I have one, but I can't do it because I think it won't play.
I'd
But
love
it's
to
the
hear
best
it.
beer you can have.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, D.
I'm gonna do it. The locker room beer. Post you're out playing a game of hockey or you're playing a game of basketball or
It'll
something
play.
you're in the locker room
That plays.
and you're having a beer with the boys.
So-
That's a fucking beer.
Now
A
this
nice,
beer,
a nice
that
sweaty,
plays.
jockstrap beer.
It's locker room beer is tremendous.
I'm going to say this beer, and this is almost similar, but it's not really because it doesn't have to be in a locker room, obviously. Give me the shower beer. Give me the shower beer. Big
Yeah.
beer.
Technically, the locker has a shower in it, so I mean,
Now that's a dialogue.
I mean, that's
No,
ridiculous.
I'm not
I'm going
taking.
to take the shower beer, and then a beer that I think is very underrated.
Wait, well, hold on for a sec. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Michael. That
Okay.
sounds like this does need to go to the committee.
No, not at all.
Well,
I'm
but
talking
it-
about a shower.
I
I'm
know
talking
what
about
you're
a shower
saying,
in your house, not in a locker
Mikey,
room.
it's got to go to the committee.
there's guys
Okay?
showering in the locker
Well, so
room
here's
having
the deal.
That's
beers.
ridiculous.
Breaking them in the
man.
showers.
Here's the
The
deal.
locker room has
Here's the
showers
deal.
in there.
That's
Bob.
totally
I'm
ridiculous.
going to go
guys.
ahead. I'm
Guys,
not
that's-
going to be. I'm going to approve. The first part of the committee approves the
And
the
so am
shower
I. So
beer.
Joe's outvoted.
No,
the
no,
shower
no,
beer.
no, 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 no.
You're
But
not allowed to vote
you're
on
the
yourself.
Yeah, that's your own pick. So the next part of the committee now goes to Joe. It's got to be a.
But if
full,
I vote against it, then it's a
then
split
it's
vote.
vetoed.
That means
No.
it's vetoed.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yes,
not. We
that's
never
correct.
did that before.
That's correct.
Well, if it's got to be a
It's got to be a
unison.
full.
It's got to
yeah.
be a unison.
gotta-
I'm
Like
gonna
it's-
veto. I think
Guys,
the
that's
shower
fucking
that's
guys, that's
crazy.
fucking insane, man. Joe, that's insane, bro.
That's
Are you
crazy.
are you serious?
All right, I'll give this one to you this time. But remember,
I mean,
keep
what
in
does
mind,
this say
I'll keep
about
that
the
in
committee?
mind for the future.
just
I
keep
will.
this in
I
mind.
will.
What is,
I
no,
will.
no,
I
we're
will.
not talking
It's
What
not
does
a
this
gimme.
say?
I'm
You know,
gonna turn the cheek here, Bob.
I
and
think
you know
people.
what?
fine. I think it's the right decision, but I think
if
it's.
you put a
I
poll
just-
out and you said is a locker room beer the
I
same as a
agree.
shower beer, no one would.
But
say
I
yes.
have an issue. The committee's already been accused of having no backbone. So I just think the move to take it away and then bring it back.
This is becoming. This
But
is a
it's the
pretzel
right-
factor.
it's
We
the
have to
right-
move on.
all
We
right,
have to
all
move
right,
on.
all right.
I
You got
said
it.
I'll allow it, but just
Yeah,
keep that
okay.
in mind.
All right,
The
Thank
next
you,
time,
Joe. Thank you, Joe.
you know.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And now the last beer, my last pick. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say the post-diet beer. When you go on a diet for any kind of period of time and you finally get off the diet, and that first beer that you have when you're off the diet, I'm going to take that post-diet beer. Give me the post-diet beer. It's a nice beer. You guys have never been on a diet where you said, I'm not drinking for 3 weeks, a month. And you have that first beer after you haven't drank a beer in fucking hour.
I haven't dieted in a long time, as you can tell, so I wouldn't know about that.
I'm going to take the post-diet beer.
I'm gonna go poolside beers. How about some beers right out of the pool
Got
with
the
the
pool.
boys?
Guy loves water beers.
I mean, water and beer go together like fucking steak and eggs, Michael.
That's right. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Loves water beers.
Beers
Bob.
just hit when you're on a body of water.
Oh man. All right.
It's 11. I don't know if there's any left standing.
Well, I didn't have the post diet one on. Or the
Yeah,
locker
no
room.
one did. No one had the post
It's a little out of
diet
the box,
beer.
but I think
So,
people
I
will
mean,
know
look.
what I'm talking about with that.
Yeah.
By the way, Bob, have you ever? I guess you've never really played like. Did you ever play any like team sports? You played basketball, right?
The guy
I
played
played
college
baseball.
So baseball, they go in the locker room afterwards. They don't crush a beer together.
I
No,
can't
that's not.
believe he just asked if you've ever played.
Come on, man. Like,
Baseball's different,
this-
man. Baseball's different. It's not like
It's America's
hockey or
pastime,
football,
dog.
or like it's like all the guys kind of do their own thing
No, there's a lot of camaraderie in baseball. It's very much like
in
they
the
were actually-
dugout. In the dugout,
Yeah,
there
very
is.
much so.
by the
Very
way,
much
I
so.
play college baseball not well. So you
Yeah, but
could
that's
cue the 6.7 ERA pictures that are gonna come that's haunted me for years now. You Google my name, that's all you see is
Bob, at
fairly
least you've been there. At least you've been there.
That's
a lot
true.
of these guys
That's
who
true.
are saying shit to you, they never thrown an
That's
88
true.
mile an hour fastball.
I don't know if Bob's ever touched 88, but
No.
that
He
aside,
touched 88. I
Yeah.
know him. He's touched 88.
Yeah, but no, right?
But
85?
I'll tell you what. Yeah,
What
I'll
was the
tell you this.
fastball? 85?
84.
Teddy Dub said you
Okay.
had a nice little change. Were you
Nice change.
A
I didn't.
splitter.
You know what? I didn't.
Oh, the
walk-
splitter.
I didn't walk it. I didn't give a lot of free pass. I didn't walk a lot of guys, but I threw a lot of belt tie fastballs that were taken into another direction.
Yeah.
You ever
all
hit
right.
anybody?
Yeah, all the time.
Good
All
for
the
you.
time.
Protect
Yeah,
your plate, Bob.
all the time. All right. Final beer. Give me the bonfire beer.
Okay.
That's a good one. You know, it's a good one too, but I don't know how many people do it. If you ever ski or snowboarded, the après ski or snowboard beer
Yo,
is
that
tremendous.
beer, I've never really been a skier, but I've always been envious of that beer. When people ski
That
and
beer
I see them,
is special.
that
I think
looks awesome.
I came close. A post-workout beer. Like if you run like a marathon or something, like obviously I'm not running any marathons, but any kind of like long-term sporting action, like that post-workout's
Earning it.
good.
Yeah.
Here's the list. I went first. Friday happy hour beer, lawnmower beer, barbecue beer, shower beer, post-diet beer. Bob's got, no, Joe has golf course beer, sporting event beer, boat beer, locker room beer, pool beer.
That's a good.
Bob has NFL week 1 beer, very specific. Airport beer, vacation beer, Thanksgiving beer, and bonfire beer. I tell you what, I think it'll be close.
But it's
I think this week is mine.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you
I
have it.
don't say that often, but
There you have
I've got golf course, I've got stadium, I've got boats, I got pools. I mean, I got a good list. I don't
yeah.
normally feel good about it, but I like this week.
I think your best beer, Joe, was the
Golf course beer.
The
Yeah, the
golf
golf
course
course
beer.
beer. Yeah. And
Best
Bob,
beer.
actually, I think your best beer was not your one pick. I think it was the airport beer. I think that was your best beer.
Could be,
pick. It was
yeah.
the number 2. And then I
Could
think
be.
mine, the one that'll resonate most is the Friday happy hour. I just think everyone
Not the
Yeah.
post diet.
end of the week. Post diet was there for a reason. You keep ridiculing that pick, by the way. You keep ridiculing it.
The first
Don't think
time I
don't
said
notice that
anything.
you're ridiculing it. I do notice that.
Oh,
The
see,
first time I
Mikey,
said anything.
let me tell you, Mikey's going to go on a warpath to win this top 5. He's going to go on.
No,
absolutely. He's going to
Never,
be in that
never,
only sub
never.
shack. Getting
No,
these people going.
no.
He is going to be on a warpath
No,
to
no,
get
no.
them going.
Oh, the brotherhood.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Love the
a
brotherhood.
big thank you to Wendy's for sponsoring the segment. We love you, Wendy, if
Love
you're
you,
watching.
Wendy.
We really do.
Hi, Wendy.
All right. That has been another edition, the Brilliantly Dumb Show.